Hey, fitness YouTubers, Freak for Fitness here. Something that's been on my mind for some time actually. Getting started when you're new to training, nutrition, the whole thing. The one thing that I get a lot of questions about, it's generally only like mid-routine or something because people see that I look like I know what I'm doing. So, with that, hopefully some of those people will see this as well so that they can get the most information out of it. Because there's only so much you can say to someone in person when they have other things to do. So, when getting started, usually people ask me if there's, they ask me what supplements I take. And then that's the number one thing I always tell them. Don't take supplements. And I say that because usually, like, let's say you're flipping through like a fitness magazine. You are going to come across a supplement ad, and then you're going to come across an athlete who is sponsored by that supplement line, who is trying to sell you some kind of product. And I'm not saying that the product's not going to work, but what I'm definitely saying is that supplements should not be your focus. Supplements kind of fill the gaps in the road, but the road itself is just, consider it food. The road to the success of the fitness path is food. That's what you need to be focused on. So it's not something that I would consider putting a lot of thought into. I mean, if you absolutely insist on getting supplements, then I would absolutely go for whey protein and fish oil. Like, if you have enough energy, then, that's all that pre-workout does for you, is it gives you crazy energy to have insane routines. But here's my advice on the subject. Don't take supplements. I don't really think that they're absolutely necessary when you're just getting started. I think that the big things that you should really have into consideration, for me, number one is this bitch. Your mind should absolutely be in place, and what I mean by that is that if you're eating things that you don't like every day, you're probably gonna break free of those habits and then go back to what you were doing before, which is eating whatever. And if you don't learn to enjoy what you're eating, then you're not really gonna progress. Because I've been there. I spent the first 24 years of my life wasting away eating whatever I wanted, and it's not that I thought I could get away with it, it's just that I didn't know any better between healthy foods and junk foods. I mean, I started studying nutrition at 15, so I had a better idea, but like I wasn't like a whiz on it, and I'm not now. I'm still learning. You always are learning, but I'm more open to things, and my mind is really expanding on the subject. But yes, focus on making sure that your foods are on point, hydration, rest, training itself obviously, and then definitely make sure that all of the macros are being met. Even if you're not getting ready for a show, you should absolutely make sure that you're counting how many carbs you're getting a day, counting proteins, counting fats, calories, sugars, all that good mess. And like you don't have to weigh things out per se, but having a good rough estimate of everything that's going in your mouth is a very smart plan. And I'll put it to you like this, how much I eat on a daily basis is absolutely determined by the day. Like for example, Monday is an absolute loading day. Monday in the morning I will train chest, and then Monday evening I will train legs. So I will try to eat more carbs because I'm gonna need the energy, and I definitely up my proteins and my sodium, and my my sodium is gonna be a little bit higher as well. It doesn't really matter what you eat these days, it's got sodium in it, which is another form of salt, if that helps you measure it. But those are the most important things that I think you need to have in check. Water, nutrition, training, and number one, mindset. If, like, I was at one point when my training was beginning to suffer because all I could think about was the food I was going to eat afterwards. And it was still healthy food, but like that's all I could think about. So like my workouts were starting to suffer because it's like after, you know, only 25 minutes into an hour and a half routine, I would be thinking about how I couldn't wait to, you know, get done and go eat. But I've had to reassess everything on more than one of occasions, and I absolutely believe I've got it down to a science now. I'm disciplined enough to understand that I don't need cheat foods that often. The last few years I have improved year by year about it, but I now have only one cheat meal every 2 months because my genetics are bullshit. I can't really get away with things like my brother and my sister can, but I mean they don't have the same goals that I do, but they have genetic superiority over me. Anyway, my genetics suck ass, and I have to watch everything that I eat. I have to be very careful. I have to time everything right, and I have to eat the right things at the right times. But with that said, I eat one cheat meal every 2 months because I feel like my body responds better to that, and it helps me to really discipline my mind in accepting the fact that this is a lifestyle and I'm not looking to make a temporary change here. I want permanent. I want to be able to do what I do every day, which, you know, what I do every day is sustainable, but it takes a lot of work. I've never actually been injured with training twice a day and taking minimum days off. In fact, my energy increased, my strength increased, muscle definition increased, not really size. I'm probably not genetically built for size. I mean, with a pump I look alright, but like size is not totally my goal anyway. My athleticism is still on point. I can move well, and well, I seem to be shedding the habits of the family destiny, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I chose to do what I'm trying to do. And I just want to explode on the fitness scene, spread word, get people healthier, and get people going in the right direction. There's nothing like it when you give advice to someone, which is, it can be as simple as drinking more water. And by the way, water, that, you know, 8 to 10 glasses a day, it's bullshit. It varies person by person. As far as I'm concerned, like right now, dry mouth. Take a drink of water. You don't have to guzzle it all at once. Just go by feel in your mouth. When you're getting dry, take a sip, you know? Just periodically drinking water throughout the day, not that hard. And the nutrition is so essential. For example, I quit drinking alcohol over half a year ago now, and I was drinking as much as I wanted to every day, thinking, all right, no big deal, as long as I eat healthy I should be good with alcohol. But I've seen a dramatic change in my abdominal strength, not just isolating my abs, but like also like the big three: bench, squat, and deadlift. And you know, every other little exercise that involves a little bit of engagement from the abs. But I've seen a little bit of improvement everywhere since I cut out the alcohol. I know it sucks to hear that, but it's reality. That and I've also noticed that since I cheat less, that my mind is more disciplined to enjoy the healthy foods that I eat. And you know what? As far as that goes, like there are so many innovative ways to make not just healthy food taste good, but there's so many ways to cook healthy and delicious at the same time. You just really have to be manipulative of your macros. You almost have to be obsessive about it. Get to know, in the baking section of any store, get to know herbs and spices. They will be your best friend for flavor and basically 0 calories, next to no sodium, which is a big deal. Less salt, all that good mess. It all adds up to a bigger picture. And I say mindset in almost every video because it's just that big a deal. Like I said, I grew up for 24 years doing jack shit with my life, talking a lot of crap, thinking I was some tough guy. And now I like to believe I'm a pretty humble, down-to-earth guy, and I like to believe I positively affect everybody around me. And my goal with all of this is just to spread word and hopefully be the guy that maybe one day ends up saving someone's life because of the advice I gave out. And that to me means the world, because I have given advice out, people take it, and they tell me how much better they felt after just 3 or 4 days. Adding a multivitamin to their routine, drinking more water, going for a simple 30-minute walk. People, these little things add up to the bigger picture. It's not just it's not just hardworking women that appreciate the small things. Life itself appreciates the small effort you put into it, because they add up to the bigger picture. You can only do so much in one day, but if you work it right, the day will count. So that's all that. And when you actually get started training, you've got to want it more than anything. I'm telling you right now, you will continuously quit like I did. I really wish that I had all these YouTube sources of pro athletes and dipshits like me giving you advice about this. So, if you must insist on going to a supplement store, I would not walk out without fish oil. That's a guarantee. That is going to ensure that the more time you spend training, it's going to help your joints, and it's going to help your skin. It's going to help everything. Fish oil is good for so many things. It's the anti-aging product of the world. But yes, fish oil definitely, maybe protein powder. But focus on whole foods, 100%. Focus on whole foods, and absolutely focus on hydration, and definitely rest. To get to the point that I have, it took a lot of pushing. A lot. I'm inspired by people that are probably chemically enhanced. Probably. But I like to believe that there's someone out there that can look past the bullshit and actually put some work and effort behind something. Find the intestinal fortitude to stand up in a room full of people that are pointing the finger at you saying no. And just go for it. And the thing is, so many people try to reach for the stars, but all they see is the space around them, and when they're reaching out for it, all they think about is how they can fall. They don't think about how glorious it would be to actually grab that star. That's just, that's just how things seem to be anymore. And hopefully my content will help people to feel more encouraged and empowered to look past their fears, to face them, like I have. I've still got plenty of fears. I'm still learning, always am. But I'm an open book to things, and I'm always ready to hear what people have to say, because, maybe I'll learn something. But I hope you can take this video and apply it, especially for people who are just starting out. Yes, it's going to take forever, by the way, before you see anything. I had what were called newbie gains. We all get them. The first 6 months, you're going to see huge change. But you have to stick by the nutrition, you have to stick by the activity, which, the workouts. You have to stick by it. Don't ever stop. That's all I can say. Don't ever stop. Keep going. And you're going to love yourself for doing it. Till next time.